Okay, in order to do the ring shot with the hearts on the Bible, I'm going to show you just a couple of things here. Typically I like to do this during the getting ready time of the wedding, but that's not always possible. So you can do it at the reception if you want to just put the rings on a Bible at the head table. I do bring my own Bible because I can't always count on getting one at the church. A lot of times the pastor's Bible has a lot of notes in it and highlighting and such, especially when you get to 1 Corinthians, and you just don't want to have to deal with highlighting on the Bible and stuff. You want a nice clean copy. So I go ahead and bring my own copy of the Bible. This one is about 6 or 7 inches across by about 9 inches tall or so, 9-10 inches tall. I picked it up at the dollar store for about $5, and here we go, 1 Corinthians 13, and it's the Love Never Fails, toward the back of the New Testament. If you have an Old Testament and New Testament Bible, you're going to have a big side over here with Old Testament and New Testament. So try and see if you can get a New Testament only. And to get the rings to stick, take some poster putty, Power Epoxy Thumbtack reusable putty. You use it for posters. And a lot of times the rings won't stick if you don't use some sort of poster putty. Especially here when you've got this real thick side over to the side with Old Testament, New Testament, and then a little thin piece of New Testament over here. A lot of times I'll put a package of AA batteries or something underneath here. One of these little Omni-Bounce, Stoffen Omni-Bounce things, just to pop that up a little bit. And then you just take your poster putty, you work it in your hands till it gets good and warm, and you put it on the back of the rings. It doesn't mar the finish, it sticks good enough, but it won't stick to the rings and make them have any gummy finish or residue on them. And it's the tiniest little piece, smaller than the eraser on a regular pencil. That's how much poster putty, and you want it to be really skinny and wide for the bride's ring because you don't want it to show. So really skinny wide piece, and you may have to work it in your fingers to hide it there behind the band of the ring. And you want to put her ring, I usually put her ring about halfway down and his ring about 1/3 of the way down on the page, so you can get the two hearts and have room between the rings to have a heart, one heart above the other. The variation on that is you can stack the rings together and they'll make a heart with the rings together. But this is the gist of it. Now, the lower the flash, the longer the hearts, long and skinny. The higher the flash, the higher, or the rounder and fatter the hearts. So this flash is about 1 foot above, and typically when I'm at a reception, I'm going to shoot in manual mode, and I'm going to be around ISO 800, around f8, and anywhere from 1/125th to 200th of a second. It just depends on what the lighting is like. So right now I'm at ISO 800, f8, and 1/125th of a second. And what you do is you climb up on a chair so you can shoot exactly straight down. So just a second, let me get it fixed. Flash is turned just a little bit. You need the flash directly pointed straight at the gutter of the Bible. So left side, right side. Here comes my flash. It's still not quite straight. I'm going to shimmy it just a little bit more. Here we go. I've got a little step stool here in studio, which you could use. I guess I could have turned the Bible. I didn't want to mess with the rings though. So I'm going to climb up on this step stool. Got my pocket wizard on. Ready to go. I'm shooting with a 24-70 lens, and you want to frame this up just where you can see the big 13 for verse 13, or chapter 13, verse 1 through about 9 or 10 is usually on the page. You want to focus and then lock on one of the rings, and then take your shot. Now this is, these settings are working pretty well. I'm going to go ahead and shoot it one more time. I'm going to give you an image number, and we can look at this in Lightroom afterward. I'll just edit the two videos together. Alright, this is image number 6178, and I'm just going to switch over to video mode real quick on my shooting camera, and I got to change my settings way down so I have enough light here. And I'm just going to shoot a quick video and show you how the rings are positioned on the page. Okay, here is the Bible as I'm standing above it. Now, you could also go this way. Let me pull back. Here's the Bible. And there are our rings in the middle. So see how that groom's ring up here, that's about a third down, and the bride's ring is about halfway down on the page. And then I turn the camera this way. Of course, when you see it on your computer monitor screen, it's going to look sideways to you. But I'm standing above the Bible, and that gutter is right down the center vertically for me. And then I frame up like this. I focus, focus lock, and then I take the shot. Let me flip back over to camera mode, photo mode instead of video. I'm going to go back to ISO 800. I'm going to go back to F8. And the F8 is so you get enough clarity in the text, because you want to read the verse that says, "Love never fails, but whether there are prophecies, they will fail. Whether there are tongues, they will cease. Whether there is knowledge, it will vanish away." And you want the part that says, "Love suffers long and is kind. Love does not envy. Love does not parade itself. It is not puffed up." So you want love never fails. Bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. So you want all of those verses to be able to be read very clearly, and so that's why you want the smaller aperture, the f8. So again, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to frame this shot up with the 13 up in the upper left-hand corner. And then I'm trying to get in as close as I can. I'm bent down a little bit at the waist. I'm going to focus on the bride's ring, and then I'm going to lock focus with the little star key on my Canon. If you're an Nikon, I'm not exactly sure what that key is on Nikon, but I know you have one, focus lock. Look it up in your manual. Focus on the bride's ring, because it has the most detail. Lock, recompose, take the shot. Okay, and that one I'm really happy with. That's 6180. So I'll insert that into the video. We'll do a little recording in Lightroom and show you 6180 and show you what it looks like. The other variation, just real quick, would be to take your poster putty on the back of the bride's ring, and if you do it right, this poster putty is... Okay, here is the Bible as I'm standing above it. Now, you could also go this way. Let me pull back. Here's the Bible. And there are our rings in the middle. So see how that groom's ring up here, that's about a third down. And the bride's ring is about halfway down on the page. And then I turn the camera this way. Of course, when you see it on your computer monitor screen, it's going to look sideways to you. But I'm standing above the Bible, and that gutter is right down the center vertically for me. And then I frame up like this. I focus lock, and then I take the shot. Let me flip back. Okay, so this is Chris with Best Lightroom Training, and I'm just going to show you real quickly here the results of the ring heart shot that I did. So I've imported 4 different shots here, and I'm just going to do, on this first one, control bracket to rotate it, control left bracket to rotate, control left, okay. So I'm in the library mode. I just double click to see this one. Here's our first one. And again, this was ISO 800, 1/125th of a second at f8. There's our first shot. Second shot, a little crooked. Third shot, better. But if you look, the ring is tilted just a little bit. So I think I'm just going to take the first one, and I think I'm just going to go into the develop module. D is a shortcut for develop. And I'm going to take the crop overlay, and I'm just going to pull this up just a little bit. And come in real tight on that. Oh, now I'm over on the other side. I need that same tight crop on the other side. There we go. Nice. Okay, now I'm going to open up my workflow engine presets, and I'm just going to apply some sharpening, close the workflow base presets, open up the exposure presets, and I'm going to add a tiny bit of, not that much, fill light. That's good. I don't think we need to bring exposure up, so I'm going to close that. I'm going to go down to my vignette presets and throw a vignette on that. And then, you know what? Now with the vignette on it, I think I do want a little bit more fill light. Let me go back to that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I really like that. And let me go over real quick. Let's do this. Let's take all of them, and I'm going to sync up my workflow base. So I check none, start with a blank slate. And there's 6 ingredients in my workflow base: black clipping, contrast, clarity, sharpening, saturation, and vibrance. Hit synchronize. We'll do that real quick. I'm going to go to the last shot of the bunch, and since I didn't like these middle ones, I'm just going to remove those. So I've just got the 2 shots here that I really want. This last shot, it's already had the workflow base applied, and I'm just going to do a nice tight crop on that one. Good. Oh, a little bit of text still showing up at the top left. I'm just going to scooch that a little bit. No, I don't like that either. Control Z to undo. How about we just scoot it down? There, that's much better. Okay, then I'm going to go into vignettes. I did a medium vignette on the other one, so do that on this one. And then go back up to my exposure and just add just a very, very light fill light plus 10. And now I'm going to go back and do a virtual copy of the first one. I'm going to open up my effects. Now I'm going to open up split tones and do a real light blue tone, a little moonlit night preset on that. So I like that real well. And then I'm going to do that on the second one as well with a virtual copy. So once again, we'll just go through and run through them. This is with the rings apart. You'll get 2 hearts stacked on top of each other. Color variation there. Then we go to the next one. These are the rings together, and then rings together with the color on it. So that's the end result of what I was shooting. And if you have questions, feel free to contact me at bestlightroomtraining. Sorry, that is the website address. bestlightroomtraining.com is the website address. The email address is bestlightroomtraining@gmail.com. Thanks, and I hope this helped everyone get the hang of doing the little heart shadows with the rings.